Is Gen Z gonna get drafted to World War III? Hello everyone. Today we're gonna talk about something very important. World War III and its potential impact on Gen Z. As many of you know, the US has been financially backing conflicts between Ukraine and Russia, as well as Israel and Palestine. This support includes billions of dollars in aid and equipment. However, recent events have shown that this could lead to a larger conflict involving other parties. Iran's top military commander has warned that ongoing Israeli attacks against Gaza could lead to involvement of other countries. If Iran were to join the Israel versus Palestine conflict, Senator Lindsey Graham warned Tehran that any escalation would have consequences. This includes the possibility of U.S. military retaliation against Tehran if Hezbollah jumps into the war raging between Israel and Palestine. From a global perspective, many people see U.S. President Joe Biden as a weak leader, primarily due to his lack in mental faculties.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure,
And just him pooping his pants in general. This has led some to believe that China may seize this opportunity to invade Taiwan and claim that it is part of Greater China. If this were to happen, the US would be obligated to defend the nation against China. The problem with all of this is that the US armed forces are currently facing historic lows for recruitments. For example, the Army missed its recruitment target last year by 15,000 people. This means that if a large-scale conflict were to occur, there isn't going to be enough manpower available to fight on all fronts. So, to remedy this, some have suggested reinstating the draft for World War III. If this were to happen, Gen Z males would most likely be inducted into the military service through the selective service system. In case you weren't aware what the selective service system is, this system is responsible for maintaining a database of potential draftees in case a draft is needed and typically requires registration of males ages 18 to 25, whether they're a US citizen or an immigrant. So if you're between the ages of 18 and 25 and you decided to go to college, you're already in the selective service system, just so you know. Now, maybe you're thinking, I'll just ignore any drafts and I'll just go about my business. Maybe I'll try leaving the country. So, if you were to ignore the draft, it would lead to criminal prosecution by the US government. And if convicted, which you most likely would be, an individual would face up to a fine of $250,000 and or imprisonment of up to 5 years. So how did we get here? Well, all of this is directly related to voting for political parties tied to war profiteering. Currently, the Democrats, led by Joe Biden, are being criticized for their decisions in conflicts during his presidency. What can you do? Well, if you're old enough to vote, just consider voting for the candidate who is against any and all wars. Remember that your actions have consequences, and it's up to us to make informed choices about the future of our country. So let me know what you think about all this. Are you ready to go to war for President Poopy Pants? Or do you think you're going to be able to run for the hills? Or are you lucky enough to be too old for the draft? Let me know in the comments section. In the end, thank you for watching and take care.